This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez. Welcome to this fine Tuesday evening here in Gardena, California. Hopefully you're with us live. We are on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast, on facebook.com/Riot Squadcast, and twitter.com/Riot Squadcast. We are live all over the place. Go find us.
That was smooth. That was
Come
beautiful.
interact with us. And that beautiful voice
That was
you're hearing.
goddamn beautiful, sir.
Right? And that beautiful voice you're hearing is, of course, the one, the only, Christopher, now married Tucker. How's it going, buddy?
Betrothed.
The
I don't know,
betrothed.
I feel like I can't hear myself well.
The betrothed one.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
I can hear you, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds weird to me. Like these don't work. I'm good though, sir. Everything's going well, man. Finally hitched, jumped a broom, got married. Everything's on the up and up. High energy, loving it. So far, so good. Navigating all the waters. Haven't screwed anything up too majorly yet, so so far, just keep it going.
Because you've officially been married like 3 days now? 4 days?
What day is it? It's Saturday. What day is it today? It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, like 4 days.
4 or 5 days?
4 days-ish, yeah.
So everything's been good, man?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really changed, right?
It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the exact same.
Yeah.
It's like I just have to wear jewelry now. Besides that, like everything's basically the same.
It's a symbol of your love, man.
I'm all down for that. It's an uncomfortable symbol of my love, but I like the concept. I'm behind the concept of it. Just in actuality, it's not.
The thing is, you not used to it now because you've literally never worn like something on your hand.
I didn't even wear a watch.
But now, like, if I forget my ring, then I'm like, I feel
Throws you off?
it's missing, yeah.
See,
Like, the weight distribution's off now, like,
Which is weird. Like I only ever take it off to like wash my hands or if I'm cleaning Damien or something, something bad.
yeah, you don't get the, sorry, Steven, the poop inside the ring.
Yeah, you don't get anything
Yeah.
crazy on it. So like, but then I'll be sitting on the couch and go, oh shit, I left it in the bathroom. And then I have to like get up and sprint across the length of it, Or last night I left it in the bathroom overnight and woke up first thing in the morning and was like, I have absolutely no idea where I put it down. And then, you end up stumbling into the bathroom, you find it, everything works out.
Yeah.
See, everything is working out. That's all that actually matters.
We got like this little dish that we bought. It's like a porcelain
Mm-hmm.
porcupine thing or something. And we just put like the jewelry in there.
Done.
Like every night. Bloop.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to get something like that. We have to keep it up high though, because I got a fucking baby Godzilla walking around. Who's walking now, by the way. I like that everyone who listens to this show has kind of been brought along on this like journey into parentage with me and journey into fatherhood, and now
He's lived like this Truman Show life.
yeah, it's I have for a while. It's fucked up, but Damien has taken steps. He took 15 steps in a row today. He took 15 steps, stopped, pivoted in a different direction, and then took 15 more steps, which I'm counting as walking. It's still like it's some steps, and then he drops to the floor and gives up for a bit and crawls to wherever he's got to go. But overall, yeah, he's working on it and active. So if we got anything like that, we now have to, I don't know, put it in like a body safe or something, just to keep it away from it. And he's strong, so if we leave it up anywhere, he'll just drag it to the earth.
Yeah.
Until he swallows our rings, I guess, and gets whatever he wants.
Because, I mean, at this age, they literally just put everything in the mouth, right?
He eats
Everything.
fucking everything. I mean, I never in my life did I think I would have to go to a kid and go, we don't eat shoes. But he eats shoes.
He's like a little billy goat.
I mean, this is my boy. I should, but yeah, he's got a lot of similar attributes to a fucking billy goat. He ate a calzone off my plate today, like a fucking calzone, a big ass cow. Like he didn't eat the whole thing, but he looks at it and he's like, "Oh, that's my calzone," and you're like, "No, it's you ate like 5 minutes ago, and we're gonna give you a bath and then you're getting a bottle. This is Daddy's calzone." And he's like, "Yeah, that's funny, man, but give me my fucking calzone." Oh, well, fucking look at my calzone, man. That's my calzone. This is the way. We're bullied in our own home. It's help.
By this
Ed, what I'm saying is help us.
Kaiju.
That's the nuts and bolts. How's it going for you? How's the week been?
The week's been going all right. Just counting down the days till I leave for Vegas this weekend.
How many left?
3 more work days.
Okay. Why are you guys going out there?
Me and my wife celebrating our first wedding anniversary.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So we'll be out there Saturday to Monday.
Is that the actual day, or is it just
Sunday's
like that's the weekend?
Sunday's the actual anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we'll
we're pretty close together.
Yeah.
I like this as a unit. Whenever I forget our anniversary, I'll be like, "Hey Ed, your anniversary's coming up. I don't know when it is, but you got like 2 weeks to figure that shit out."
Well, we made it easy. Excuse me. We made it easy because we did it on August 18th, so we just remember the 8s.
Oh, okay. That's nice and easy.
Because last year was 8, 18, 18, so it was just flat out easy.
It's like easy. Oh,
yeah,
that's not bad.
Because
Yeah,
there was another day we were gonna pick, but we were just like, nah, just make it easy.
Yeah. Why complicate shit if it doesn't need to be?
Exactly, and it's like nice. It looks nice,
Yeah,
like when you write it out or do anything like.
It's romantic.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems cheesy. Seems like a lot of people got married that day.
Yeah.
You got married that day.
I'm sure
that's all that matters.
Yeah. Actually ran into somebody at the In-N-Out afterwards. Another couple who's in their tuxedo and dress.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's how you kick off a successful marriage in Southern California. Straight to In-N-Out.
Well, usually when you're, it's the whole thing of like, oh, you're married, so you're walking around, you really don't get to eat at your own wedding kind of thing.
That's what they say.
Which we told ourselves, like, hey, you know what? Let's not fall into that trap. And so, of course, we fell into the trap and didn't have a bite to eat that whole day. So we're like, dude, before we go to our hotel, In-N-Out, because it's literally like a block away.
Yeah.
We were in my tuxedo, her dress, and we actually met another couple who did the same thing. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go eat In-N-Out real quick.
And if you guys are wondering, my fat ass ate at my wedding, 100%. Vegan meatballs. Like, how was I not gonna eat?
Oh, that pasta salad, fire.
Erica cooked all of it. She cooked literally everything there. I did no work.
We got the jam in our fridge. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it's delicious.
I did, like, anytime someone mentioned the jam, because Amy did so much work, and she helped Erica put all the shit together, and she bought a lot of shit, and she really, really helped kind of make everything work together. And so Erica made these little jars of jam and gave them away to everybody. And Amy was like, the big jam's mine. She's like, Damien, she's like, don't fucking touch that big jam. That's my fucking
jam. You see that jam? That's my fucking jam.
That's my fucking jam. You lose a finger over that jam.
You see that jam? No, you don't see that jam because you're not looking at my jam.
That's my jam. You see the jam next to that jam.
You look down when you're trying to look at that jam. And then apparently we're joined by
the fucking silent minority over here.
Not of the show.
You know what? Look, I hope as excuse me, Ben, I apologize. 1 second. Hang on. If you are a listener who is like, you know what, fucking Ben really grinds my gears. He really gets me. Tonight's the episode. Tonight, Ben's gonna get it.
And you can call in if you have a complaint about Ben. It's 562-641-5277.
Tonight's the night.
Call in.
Phone lines are open.
Too much.
Call in, and this is area grievances on about Ben tonight. So if you guys want to call in, give us a call.
But until then, how are you doing, Ben?
Even Amy at your wedding said we were talking. Somehow the Fire Ben hashtag got brought up, and so even she was making fun of me for that.
Oh yeah,
that might be brought up again tonight.
But you're doing well. Everything's going well.
Yeah, everything's good, man. Yeah, we had a great time at your wedding. We got 3 jars of jam.
Ew.
Because that's what you get when you're like one of the last people to leave. You're like, yeah, all right, I'll take.
Not to mention, and I guess I'll big up you at the end because I'll sound like an asshole if I do before. It's fine. So I'll wait till the end of the show. It was a great wedding, man. Glad you had a good time.
It was a great time.
Good.
It was definitely fun.
We got some good footage. I started looking through it today, Tuck. So
yeah. Ben put in a sizable amount of production work on the media
way more for your wedding than I do for the show.
Infinitely. Well, my wedding was any, so that's already putting you in the green compared to the week to week. Like the nonsense.
You got new headphones.
And I'm surprised they were plugged in when I got here. Genuinely surprised they were plugged in. Go ahead.
No,
sorry. I'll let you finish.
The mic arms. You got new mic arm stands. You know, the table went back to normal. I had to redo all the wiring under the table.
Right.
But this is things you would have done anyways. Right. Despite
I do it.
Us being here.
I do it all for you guys, man. I do it out of love. It's the love in my heart for the two of you guys, which is why I do this kind of stuff.
Did you, despite lobbying for the username and password for the Twitter account for months, did you put out a tweet that we were having a show today?
Nah, I was too busy at work.
Okay, just checking. Okay. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
You got the headphones connected.
Yeah, those are connected.
Old headphones were fine. I like the new ones. They're good. They're high quality. That's the only way you roll.
All right.
Like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But no, the tweet didn't happen.
Tweet didn't happen.
Okay.
I-
Check.
I almost thought about it for a second, but then I was like, damn, I got to go back to work.
It's the prep work, Ben. It's the only thing that gets me in the souls. The prep work. And you say Ben says he has a nerve to say that he is not on air talent, right?
I know. I said I am not a voice on the show.
You're not a voice on the show. How is it on some episodes you're an absolute voice on the show, and on other episodes you're not a voice on the show at all?
Convenience.
It's just convenience, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a personal choice.
That's part of my job. I see when you two were going well, I take a step back and I don't. You all right, Talk?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm trying out Ed's microphone technique over here.
I was going to tell him actually that you had the right microphone technique.
Really?
So
It seemed I liked his a little bit better, but I can
It
revert.
sounds all the same to me, baby.
It's all. Hey, when you got gold pipes, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Shit, if we all had pipes like Tucker.
But I genuinely think Ed sounds better on the show.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. It's. I hate my voice. It's better in my head. Like hearing you, because I'm like, Ed's here. Like it's you get that friendship connection. But hang on, let's pivot back to Ben because I don't want to move off that.
Yeah.
Let's not get confused. Let's not lose.
We are 11 minutes in. We should be doing Lars news.
Oh, so we should really focus on this quickly and right off the bat. Then
Yeah.
we should wrap this bad boy up. How is it that there are episodes where you're like, I have genuinely nothing whatsoever to say. I got nothing to add, and there's other episodes we can't like. I won't say we can't shut you up, but we can't rope you in.
No, it depends. Honestly, it depends on what you guys like. When Andrew's here, I'm like way in the background.
I agree.
When there's three people here, then I kind of take a step. It just depends on how you guys are doing.
But like all the other ones where it's
or
if a rant if
a rant is required,
yeah,
then I got
if a rant is required.
Yes.
Who's making that determination?
Oh, that's the Galaxy players, whether or not they're playing like shit. That has nothing to do with me. That's all on them. That's
So
100% on the players.
3/4 of the
Or
time.
the coach, or the old coaches. I mean, the old coaches required it. I mean, sometimes the front office needs it.
Ben, not a voice of the show.
Benjamin.
It's no longer producer Ben.
All right, I'll tell you what.
So yeah, what would you like then? Would you like producer Ben?
No. I'll be a voice on the show when you change it so that I'm listed in the titles, because that's what hurts the most.
You got the song made.
No. I mean, in the iTunes, when you click on iTunes, it says Ed and Chris.
Oh,
so when
doesn't say anything about
the
producer
50
Ben.
episodes we did before you, then we're supposed to change it.
50? You didn't even come close to doing 50. How many did you do before me?
I don't know.
No one cares. This is
exactly.
This
no one
is
cares
awful.
how many you do.
This is awful. Play the goddamn jingle, man.
All I'm saying. The prep work. We gotta bring just a little bit. We gotta bring that level just up a skosh, just a hair,
just a skosh,
just a skosh. You know what I miss? And I think about remember back we used to have the old openings. Ben would cut together all this all the audio clips from the coaches, and it was and then as soon as they came in, we're like, yeah, I can't believe Kurt Enough. What the fuck was that dude thinking? He's crazy. Now we're like, oh, were we able to find
5 minutes before the show starts? Hey guys, let's do mic checks and
What do you think?
Let's do the board.
Why do you think we're favored against Dallas? It's like, I don't know. Why do you think we're favored against Dallas? For 2 fucking years, you've been doing a podcast talking about why we should be favored against Dallas next week. If anyone should know, of the 3 of us, the one person who covers the odds every week should have that information. That's all I'm saying. That's my belief.
All right.
I could be wrong. I'm open to the possibility that I'm incorrect. I don't much think that I am. I don't much think everyone who listens and downloads the show every week disagrees with me. I think they're all like, yeah, we kind of get it. If you just put a tiny bit extra effort.
A dollop. Just
I need you to go from a Romney to a Steris. And then I need you to go from a Steris to Steris like 2 months ago. That's it. It's not massive leaps. I'm not sending you you're not in Andrew Boyan's territory. You're in there. It can work depending on the lineup. I think this is your week, Ben. And I think this is the week you bring it back. You save us. Can you do it, my friend?
See, he's not talking.
Not ready. Never ready. Genuinely never ready. Not paying attention to the
I was hoping you were done, man. The music's got like another 30 seconds.
Oh, God. It's always Tucker. What's the load? How you got this? I don't. Sometimes I just want to pass the football, just a little bit.
Well, that's why you kind of have 2 other guys in this room, right? So you're like, hey, this week, kind of need you guys to.
Hey, this week maybe I got married and barely had time to go over the Galaxy at all. This would be a great week for I've got an opinion. That's all I'm saying. That's it. And it's not even a rant. It's not angry. I'm in a positive mood. Everything's good. Everything's okay.
All right, you want to play the fucking jingle?
Mars News. This is Mars News.
Fuck Tucker.
It's not real news.
Fuck Tucker.
Got that shit
It's
ready.
Mars News.
Fuck Tucker.
If you want to talk about Mars News,
Fuck Tucker.
this is Mars
Fuck Tucker.
News.
Where is every other drop I've asked for? Where I was like, mark that time, cut that audio. That's a drop.
There's only like
Where's literally every other drop?
there's only 40 spaces on the board that he can choose from.
Yeah, I mean,
but he uses 3.
Lord forbid we miss out on George Carlin, who's been dead for like 10 years.
But you know,
Hey,
so
next week's gonna be a big week.
Lars news. Check your guys' emails. There was an email sent out to everyone that's on the Lars email list. If you did see that email, you'll see that tomorrow, or if you listen to this on Wednesday, it's going to be the debut of Pavone at Home. So you can get tickets on you can get LRSquad.org. You can go get the tickets there. Liquid Diet means, Lars is bringing the beers. Tailgate starts at 5:30, so there is tailgate, Ben. Ben will be there. Tucker is 50-50, maybe not. I will be working, so that's not happening. But if you want to chastise Ben in person,
Yes.
you can do it. You can do it at stadiums on Wednesday night. Also, this Saturday is going to be Lars' second annual Luau Tailgate. Aloha, the Lars Ohana is holding its second annual Luau Tailgate on Saturday, August 17th at 3:30 p.m. Lars is bringing the Hawaiian barbecue, and we'll have the brews straight from the Big Island from our friends at Kona Brewing Company. Put on your best island wear so you'll be sure to get laid. Dad jokes. As always, Lars tailgates are free and open to all G's fans. You can get tickets again at LARiotSquad.org. And then you can also find where we tailgate if you go to LARiotSquad.org. There's all there. All information's there for you guys. Also, we have the information for the Chivas USA away game, the tickets and how they're going to be allotted to fans or supporter groups at least. And they're asking, do you want a ticket to watch the G's take on Chivas 2.0 away on 8/25? Are you a 138 AC member? If you answered yes to both of these questions, you're eligible to enter the Chivas away ticket lottery. To enter, sign in with your 138 SC member login and join the Chivas away lottery. Lars season ticket members in 137 and 138 get an extra lottery entry. All winners will be chosen at random. Last day to enter will be this Sunday, August 18th. Winners will be notified Tuesday, August 20th. Tickets are will call only, no exceptions. And they also put here, no camo required.
Will call only.
Will call only.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
That's the way it is, baby.
That's just
the way it is.
We don't write the rules.
Yeah. Again, check your emails. This was sent out to all people who are on the Lars email sign up list. So go check it. I know sometimes it goes into your spam stuff. So check that out. Make sure you put that in your main folder because it's important. Important information sitting out, man.
Primary.
But yeah, go check it out. So you have all the information there on the email. Also check out LRSY.org if you want to sign up for 138C because you can still sign up for that. You have until Sunday, and you can sign up and enter your ticket. Get your chance to win the ticket.
You get a whole second vote. You get, or not a second vote, but you get a second raffle slot, right?
If you're Lars, yes.
Okay. Oh, for season ticket holder and a 138 SC member.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Season ticket holder in Lars and a
Gotcha.
138 SC member. So go do that. Go sign up. We also want to give a shout out to, we gave him his big break here on the Riot Squadcast. Our boy Victor Elmon was featured on one of the videos on the Galaxy's Game Unites Us, whatever they're doing, campaign
Something
they're
like
doing.
that, yeah.
But now he's all big time in us, showing up on videos and on the Galaxy Twitter.
I tried to get him back in the studio. He said he doesn't do radio. He only does video now.
Well, we gotta speak to his agent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I speak to his booker.
yeah, his booker. So we got to do that. Other than that, that's all the Lars news. If you guys want to go check out LARiotSquad.org, you can find out all the information. You can check out our website, RiotSquadcast.com, where we have write-ups from Jamie Bacon. We have a t-shirt up for sale. We also have all the links to our YouTube, our Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff. You can go there and check out. And you also have the Patreon if you want to help support the show at patreon.com/RiotSquadcast. You can sign up there and then like and share all their stuff. Really helps us out. If you are on the YouTube live stream right now, come hang out. You have 20 to 40 other people who are just, chatting up during the show. It's a lot of fun. YouTube.com/RiotSquadcast is where it's going down.
Boom. You're getting way fucking better at this, man.
Just letting it, just
Just
loosey
let it
goosey.
flow. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let it flow, man. Loosey goosey.
Why worry about it?
That's all the large news for now. Again, go check your emails, check your spam, see if those got sent there. But you can get all information you can get on there. Let's move on. Let's talk because we want to make it a pretty tight show, pretty concise.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be like the game's probably going to like close to game time anyway. So let's get this done.
There you go.
DC away. Oh, you got something to say now?
Yeah, I do. I got one
Okay.
little bit of large. Wait, I got
Let
one
him
little bit
speak.
of large.
Might not happen
large news.
again.
Okay.
Oh, please.
If you got parking to the game and you're not going, hit me up, Ben at Riot Squadcast. I need parking.
It's the whole point of the show. It's
Yeah.
the whole point of the show.
I mean, isn't it? You don't want to do the ticket exchange that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah,
We could
ticket
absolutely do that.
exchange idea.
All right, so check it out. So if you're a season ticket holder and large, you're not going to the game tomorrow night, send us a message and we will try and get someone who wants to go to the game. We'll try and get your ticket to them.
If you're not going to be able to use it, you can send it to Ben at RiotSquadcast.com.
Ben@RiotSquadcast.com.
And he'll send it out to somebody who can use it. If you
That's-
can't sell
that's
anything, because I know this game is Wednesday night. It's hard to get to. I know
And
a lot
look,
of people are sending out tickets, so
And we're not telling you don't sell them.
No.
If
Yeah.
it's your property, if you have a season ticket and you want to sell your ticket, you absolutely should. That's entirely within your rights. If you are unwilling to do all the legwork in selling your ticket, or it seems like you're not going to be able to, and you want to attempt to get it into the hands of someone who could use it, go ahead and send it to Ben at RiotSquadcast.com, and he'll or
or show at Riot Squad.
show at RiotSquadcast.com, and we'll do our best to get it into the hands of somebody.
Yeah,
who
or
can use it.
hit me on Twitter at DT Radio Ben.
But again, you're entirely within your rights to sell your ticket. We're not telling you not to sell your ticket. That's your business.
yeah. And if you can't sell it, give it to someone who can go and use it.
There you go.
And enjoy.
For
All right,
the
let's talk.
Bengals.
Let's talk DC. Another week, another loss, fellas. What happened? What went wrong?
Well, a lot of things. But I'm still, I'm still Mr. Positive. What can I say?
Because you can't be negative.
What's
Apparently,
the point? Yeah.
if you look at people on Twitter or on social media, like, why are you being negative about the team? You should be supporting the team. Like, well, you can do both.
You can do both at the same time, but there's negativity for a reason. Like when Anolfo was in charge, or when Schmidt was in charge, and we were making a lot of like weird, strange, boneheaded decisions. That was for me. That was a legitimate reason to get like angry. Let's burn some shit down. I'm still very much in a looking at the landscape. Things are improving, even if look, defensively we're still making a lot of really questionable calls. What was our issue 2 weeks ago? No one's shooting. So our striker just tied the record for shots.
Yeah, that's not the reason this.
And only one was on target, but what, half of his shots were blocked. So those were going to be on target. There was a reason. We're still angling in the right direction. Fabio Alvarez is shooting. Pavone
scoring goals,
shooting and scoring
goals.
Beautiful goals.
That was an amazing goal.
It's. I guess I'm still compartmentalizing some of the bad traits, because I think they're all things that are going to end up getting worked out. I think defensively we'll end up getting a little more sound. I'm pretty much done with Felcher. I'm ready to move on from that. Kind of altogether.
What is it? Because my problem with him is, what is he giving you defensively? That's his number one job, is you're supposed to defend, and he's not. I don't know if his ability to come to because GBS's style is having his fullbacks go up and help in the attack, which he is better than. I think I said last week, he is better in the attacking third than Araujo is, but defensively, which you want him to be better than Araujo, but he's not. Araujo is definitely better than him defensively. It's clear week by week.
Well, he got beat once pretty hard, but his dribbles were all successful. Like he gives you that edge, and that's why I'm not. That's why I'm not so taken aback or downhearted by it. I like, of all the games where I'm like, and I'll be the first to admit, I've said several times, like, hey, it's still early in the season, or it's just one game, keep it for what it is. If there was a game that was just the one game, this should be it. We just acquired a brand new, beautiful, shiny piece, and that shiny piece is going to take a little bit of time to get everyone working in the way it needs to. The concerns that the major concerns that you should have around the game aren't around him, so I can understand. I definitely understand that part. It seemed like we got a return to form for Steris. Polenta wasn't great. Giancarlo really wasn't great. I think I saw there was only one successful tackle between Steris and Giancarlo, and Giancarlo had none attempted or succeeded, like just a real nothing game. I like to think we get them back and we kind of, I don't know, extra defensive sessions, like something to get them back to where they used to be when we weren't conceding goals, but we just weren't scoring.
Right, but I think also you kind of have to take consideration that 2/3 of this game, the Galaxy had possession.
Mm-hmm.
So the defensive stats aren't going to be amazing, but you want it to be better than 0 or none have at all. Yeah. No, I get you there. But when you have 70% of possession, I mean, their numbers aren't going to be padded. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, but that becomes the issue. If you have 70% possession, you're going to call on them for a select few times. And when they're called on in those select few moments, you need them to step up. And in those select few moments, they fell asleep for the most part. I mean, there were 2 tackles to make between Steris and Giancarlo. There were more than 2 tackles to make, and there was 1 tackle done for the entire game.
no interceptions, no tackles.
It seemed like a weird one-off game where number one, if Bill Hamid's not standing on his head, we probably win that game.
Yeah,
we probably come out winners of that game. But they still came out with a very concise game plan to play our style of soccer. They chose to give us the ball more than having us play without it and play on a counterattack. They swarmed Zlatan every time he got the ball. There was a man on him, or a man literally running through him that apparently nobody sees,
or undercutting him because whatever.
Every time he takes a shot, there's a person on him and a person standing in front of him to try and get a block to keep Hamid from having to make a bunch of saves. He still had to make a bunch of saves. It's just one of those games for me. Like, it sucks. It sucks, especially since it hurts because it's something you feel like you should be able to win. It's 3 points wasted more than anything.
It's definitely one of those games where the Galaxy played better than DC United. I mean, that's just facts. They played better than DC United.
But look back to every time this season we randomly stole a game.
Yeah.
This is where all that shit levels out. This is that it's a long season. Don't let a win against Chicago or a win against Orlando or whomever, don't let those things turn your head and where it looks false earlier on because we're stealing these games by 1 goal, in the last 5 minutes or the last 7 minutes, something. A little bit of magic from Zlatan, whatever. This is the level. This is where we drastically outplayed somebody else. And hey, they got 1 really good goal and 1 goal we'll probably talk about in a second. It's just one of those matches.
Because the first goal is just
goal's pretty.
I mean, it's a great DC's great goal. That's right off the goal kick.
Yeah.
It's like 2 touches and it's in the goal. Like, it's.
I know I shouldn't have this feeling. Fuck Areola for celebrating it. Am I wrong in that camp? Because he really enjoed that.
No, I don't care. But he was a dick throughout this game.
Well, he's a.
There was a play where
player.
Bingham got to the ball and then Ariel was late to get to it, and like clips Bingham, and then looks at Bingham, tells him to get up. Like, dude, you clipped him. Like, he's a complete dick the whole night.
But like,
not as much of a dick as Ameriqual was. Ameriqual was a
because he's former San Jose.
He enjoyed it.
He enjoyed that, definitely.
I don't know. I'm usually not big on the don't celebrate, but you're from Southern California, like you came up through the organization. I mean, a little bit more class.
He Giassi'd coming up like 6 months,
but a little bit more class than that is it. I mean, he genuinely enjoyed that as if we're the Red Bulls, or as if we're some big rival game. And I get it's the Galaxy, DC United, the whole deal, but like, I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way. It seemed a little over the top, little over.
No, I get you. That he like I said, he was a complete dick the whole night, so I'm not surprised.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah. Be true. So the DC's first goal, it's literally off the goal kick. It's like 2-3 touches and it's in the back of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, it just looked like Keystone Cops, just people not really knowing who to cover, and it just looked bad.
Well, I think we were rewatching it just before we started recording, and he's basically Steris' man. There's a little run he makes that Polenta picks up. And Polenta goes to get whoever got the assist on it. I don't remember the guy's name. Ulysses Sugara.
Yeah. Sorry. Who cares?
Someone
you won't ever remember, so that's fine.
That dude.
Yeah.
But Polenta pinches a little bit to pick up that dude, and he chips right over Steris, who is still following Ulysses. I'm assuming is his first name. He's still following him and then realizes half a second too late, oh shit, I'm supposed to pick him up. Like it rotated around me. And by then it's, it's too late. What are you going to do? That's just, good goal. Good goal and a shitty defensive performance. But that's to that point of, if you're going to maintain the ball for 70%, DC United's going to get a select few chances, and they're going to put everything into putting those few chances away.
That's what we always when we were conceding 65% of the possession, and you were like, well, you're going to get one or two chances, and you got to put those away.
Yeah, and that's where you have that little bit of Zlatan magic, and you don't really have to worry about it as much. But that's less of an issue for me, drastically less of an issue for me than the second goal. Well, then there's that blatant offside call, and what are you going to do about that? Thank God it got called. It's surprised it took as long.
I understand these. We're talking about the VAR goal that got called back. My issue is they're told not to raise the flag. I get it, but if it's obvious, it's blatantly obvious.
He's like 5 feet offsides.
It's crazy how offside he is.
Did it even go to VAR? I thought that that they just talked about it and the linesman said, yeah, it was offsides. I'm not even sure it actually went upstairs.
I don't remember.
I was watching the game live, and it didn't look like it went upstairs. It looked like
it was a relatively quick call.
Yeah.
But then why not raise the flag then?
They're told not to.
Well, that's the rule now. The rule is until.
But I thought it was if
it may have come up late.
If it's not, if it may or not be offside, but it was clearly
there was like 3.
It's crazy offside.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those MLS things. And I know I think it's part of the global rule now. Like, until they actually interact in the play, they're technically not offside. Because if it rolls and say there's a loose pass, or is that errant shot, right, and it's parried off to the side, if it rolls all the way to the corner and the right back comes streaking up and somehow gets there first, well, then the play shouldn't be killed. The moment that person gets within 2 feet of the ball, like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
and it's a small thing. It's a small gripe, but there are those moments where players end up getting injured because they're going after a ball for a player that's grossly offside. You could have called them off well before that ever would have been an issue, but because the way the rules are interpreted, you wait until there was enough
time where they scored the goal, we're celebrating the goal, and it was like a good minute and a half before they decided there was no goal, it was offside.
Mm-hmm.
So just raise the fucking flag. I don't get it. It's just a dumb rule. I understand why.
A minor gripe.
Yeah, it's a minor gripe, but whatever.
And they got it right.
Absolutely got it right.
So
he was off by 5 feet. Not what was it on the weekend, Manchester City? He's off by literally an armpit hair.
Well, that's what's wrong with VAR. You get to a point where
it's too literal.
If there's a toe, if there's a toe off, then oh, he's offside. And it's well, to a degree, that's part of the game. That's part of it. Trying to figure out what angle are they looking at me, and how can I get just a little bit around them? My personal ability, what makes me a little bit better than them. When you start adding in, the machines and the VAR and all that, it's a little
robotic.
Yeah, it's less fun. It's not fun. It's just less fun.
I think that's what that sounds like the baseball fans though arguments oh, why do we have replay? Blah blah blah. I understand it. You want to get the call right,
dude. In baseball, they're talking about going to computerized balls and strikes.
Yeah, and get rid of umpires.
I got no problem with the evolution of the game. I just think you slow it up.
Well, I think
take your time.
I think the problem is that MLS refs were bad to begin with, and now you're adding a whole nother mechanism for them to just fuck up a call. So, and we've seen it plenty of times where MLS refs clearly, you've seen Zlatan twice. There was one of them where people are calling that it should have been penalty, which I don't know, where the guy shoulders Zlatan in the back, but it's come on, dude.
He goes through his neck. Were you talking about the Steve Birnbaum and who's the other one? Steve Birnbaum and I'm gonna space on it. But there's 2 DC United defenders, and they basically sandwiched him. Birnbaum's in front of him, and whoever the other guy is. If you're in the live chat and remember who it was, let me know. But the other defender is coming over his back, and it's just it's clearly a WWF hit. It's in his neck.
It's not going for the ball. I understand that too, but it's the one that clearly the one was when he got undercut, when Zlatan got undercut. How do you not even review it? You don't even review at all. And just no, it's not a foul. Anywhere else on the field, if that happens to a player, it gets called a foul.
You hate to be that person. If it happened to Velo, it would have been a foul. It would have been called a foul 100%.
Well, you saw, your boy Brendan Hannon was just spitting out facts on after the game.
You gotta have. Look,
Do his stats. He's like, I'm a stat man. Ski, ba, 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 da, ba. I'm the stat man.
I'm the stat man.
Let me pull them up real quick because I did save them. So you guys, I mean, Brendan Hand is pretty well known. Galaxy
I think so.
organization. I posted out that in 19 games played, Zlatan has only suffered 17 fouls. So less than a foul a game.
Officially.
Officially.
Because I feel like he got half of that in that DC United game.
Yeah. I mean, that seems crazy to me, right? Like, I know he's a bigger dude, one of the biggest dudes in MLS, but it's MLS. You're going to have center backs who are going to, put any advantage they have to try to, like, stop Zlatan from scoring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw some theories on the tweeters this week where people wondering if Zlatan's getting Nigel de Jong'd. If he's getting these, well, we're not going to call fouls on you. We'll call fouls against you left, right, and center. We'll call fouls against, this big name player, that big name player.
Yeah, because in the same 19 games, he's committed 35 fouls.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, which is nonsensical.
So double the fouls that he's suffered, he's committed 35 fouls. That's just, come on.
This is including all the fouls that everyone else in the league says no one sees
Yeah.
that he does. No one sees him punch Blessing in the face. That's fucking MLS, man. That's MLS, baby.
Well, even with De Jong, like, he didn't talk shit about the league. Like, he just came in, he's like, I'm just Nigel. I'm going to do Nigel things.
I'm just Nigel being Nigel.
But Zlatan is like, yo, your system is shit. Your playoffs are shit. Your referees are shit. Your league, below me. I'm like, all right, well. Now the conspiracy people are like, yo, the league's going to take it out on him now.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about it, Ben?
I think he's right.
Fucking terrible. This is why I don't feel bad.
What did you expect me to say? You want me to
I have
big,
no
long rant about it?
You know what?
Have an opinion?
You know what?
No, he's absolutely right.
You said exactly what I thought you'd say about it.
And that's exactly where I'm going. I'm going to stick with
I-
he's right.
I definitely think that he's pushed so many buttons that they're not protecting him, for sure. Because you see guys in the league who are like the big names, they get protected. Let's pull it out. Vela, who's in 21 games, or 23 games, has suffered 71 fouls.
Thierry Henry was protected. A lot of it. Sebastian Giovinco was protected. A lot of people get
For
protected.
all the bitching he did, Keane was definitely protected.
Keane was
Beckham
protected. Yeah.
was protected, for sure.
You couldn't,
For sure.
You couldn't look at David Beckham without drawing a yellow card.
Yeah.
And it was still totally worth it. Beautiful man.
So, I mean, it happens. So any league, Messi gets protected. Like, these guys are going to get calls for them.
It is strange to have a league that's so dependent on the big names and the celebrity that kind of comes with these guys, but it does seem to, to a point, like it comes down to his critique and his criticisms, and he's blatant and he's vocal about it. And you saw Mike Beckey just lost his job, and granted, he sounds like he deserves to lose his job, but regularly being fined, regularly being suspended, because in MLS you're not supposed to. There's certain things you don't bring up. And one of the things you definitely don't bring up is the quality of the refereeing. That is, I mean, Bruce Arena used to say, like, I'm going to get in trouble for this. I'm going to get fined for this.
Well, he figured out how to work around that, too.
Don't say. You talk about other things that sound like you're talking about.
Exactly. Like, he definitely, I mean, it's Bruce, dude. He knew how to get around rules. He knew how to get around, like, getting fined, talking shit about the league. So, it's fine.
It's just one of those things, man. He's got to be smarter. Part of protecting his body at 38, like, it's great you're not drawing fouls, you're not bringing in fouls, but anyone who's watched him play sees the way he gets hit. It's going to take a toll, man. Like, and you're fragile. You're a fragile fucking dude, man.
I mean, you're
emotionally, spiritually.
You're an older player who's coming off a serious knee injury. Like, it's gonna take a toll. It's got to take a toll.
Yeah. As Eddie from Nag News says, your league is whack, your refs are whack, your teams are whack, but me, I'm tight as fuck. And that's how you get twice as many fouls called against you.
Exactly. You don't get anything called for you. Ben, I think you mentioned before the show started that you asked if Zlatan is checked out or not.
Yeah, that was going to be a lightning round question too, but
oh, well,
whatever. Ask it. I mean, does he look checked out? I mean, 14 shots. How many of them great quality shots? I mean, 8. Chuck, you said, you were talking about half his shots were blocked by
half
defenders?
Half his shots were blocked, yeah. Half his shots were blocked and one was on target and the rest were off. That doesn't scream to me as someone who doesn't want to win. I think at the end, he's driven. You know, and it might get some slack or whatever, but at the end, he's a Kobe Bryant type. He's a Michael Jordan type. He's driven by winning. The people around him who are also going to win, your faces are irrelevant. It's all about your ability. Are you going to help me win today? No? Then you can get the fuck out of here. I don't need you. I have zero need for you. I like to think every Galaxy fan can relate to that to a degree. We do have our favorite lovable losers every now and again. You got your Gordos, your Brian Jordans, you know, you got your people who are, you know, they weren't necessarily great, but you found a spot in your heart for them. But at the end of the day, there is a singular task that these guys are tasked with. His job is a 6-star. Someone who just tied the league record for shots in a game doesn't appear to me as someone who's checked out. I do think he is looking more towards the future and when he's no longer here. I think he has plans that are kind of in place or getting in place to what to do when it's time to move on. But he definitely still seems like someone who's emotionally invested in the current job he's doing, whether we agree with that or not.
Yeah, because I mean, let's like you said, let's be honest. He wants to win.
He wants to
There's
win.
nothing in his bone or in his body that he's like, I'm okay with losing.
And less important than how much he wants to win is how much he seems to hate losing.
Yeah.
So does he win MLS Cup, just take it and go, yeah, I won this, and just like throw it to the next player and walk off the field?
Well, I mean, I think if he wins MLS Cup, we're never going to see him again. When he's gone, he's gone, and that's fine. Look, if I'm just trying to pick a random player now, if Servando Carrasco, happy birthday, if Servando Carrasco grabbed MLS Cup after the Galaxy win MLS Cup and go, here, fuckers, I'm out of here. I'm like, hey man, we're still cool. The star gets put on my jersey all the same. So whether you're proud of the fact you won MLS
I actually
Cup,
respect that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going out champion. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, if you like the fact that you're an MLS Cup champion or not is fucking irrelevant to me. I couldn't give less of a shit.
So are we talking legacy for Zlatan here?
Yeah,
Like, so suppose if the Galaxy flame out the rest of the year, finish 6th,
Ugh.
you know, first round exit.
takes it.
What's his legacy?
Wait, finish 6th and
Yeah, and
we'll
first,
finish 6th. We go to the playoffs and we get eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
oh, I mean,
anything?
he's a.
He's a bust. He'd be a bust.
I think you'd probably more see it as a guy who was a shining star on a pile of shit. Like,
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely.
you can't say it. I mean, the guy who literally scored, I mean, half your goals in the last 2 years.
It'll if it stays the way it is, it'll probably be more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and that guy would be a bust, and it would be a shame. It would be a shame that he had a poorly built team around him.
I would say the years he was here, it was a bust. Now, I wouldn't say necessarily him as a player in those 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, you're gonna look back fondly on Zlatan because you're gonna look back on his goals against LAFC.
Mhm.
You know him fucking my bad, dude, playing footsie with Chris on the table right now.
I can't even feel it.
That's what she said.
Boom.
Wait.
Why would
What?
you?
Um,
No.
I think you're gonna look back on him more fondly than you would like a Gerrard. Like you're gonna,
Sure.
even though both of them, let's be honest, probably won't win an MLS Cup, but I think you look back on Zlatan's time here at the Galaxy with a little more fondness and not like you're gonna be more like, yeah, he was on a shit team. I wish he would have had a better team and definitely would have won MLS Cup with him.
I think the average person would. I definitely think the average person would. I also think the average Galaxy fan spends less time going over rosters than I do, which I'll 100% give you. But if we finish in 6th place and flame out in the first round, the team that finished in 6th place and flamed out in the first round had Christian Pavone, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Roman Alessandrini, who was healthy and playing, Perry Kitchen, who was going through a resurgence, Sebastian Lletget, who at least at a time was an all-star or an all-star caliber player who worked his way to the national team through playing on the Galaxy, who had Jonathan Dos Santos, who brought in Fabio Alvarez, who hopefully seems to carry on for where he was at, brought in Joe Corona, brought in Diego Polenta, Giancarlo Gonzalez, and had Julian Araujo. I'm gonna leave that roster there because everybody else can kind of go away. But he would have been the guy who makes it to 6th in the playoffs, got to the playoffs, got to the chance as the guy, as the striker. You got the chance to impact individual games where you need to win 3 or 4 games to win a cup, and did not do that. And if you look at everyone else down that roster, At least right now, because Pavone going forward might be the guy you look at a little more. But at least for right now,
Oh,
Zlatan
man.
would be the guy you look at the roster and go, they didn't get it done.
All right, let's because Fredo wants us to stop talking about Zlatan. Let's talk about Pavone.
Fuck Fredo.
Because you bring up Pavone, and that's the thing is we haven't even talked about Pavone yet.
Right.
He
He's
got
literally next on the list. Well
there you
done.
go. He got his debut, and maybe the one silver lining in probably the game is he looked amazing. He's gonna do so well in this league. It's clear that he's such a step above all the other players that are.
Yeah,
on this
he was
team.
definitely heads and shoulders above most of the people on the field. Yeah.
Like just his touch, his ball control. I mean, it's just I was in awe when I was like, wow, this is the guy we got. Because before, I mean, I don't watch fucking Argentinian soccer. Like, you just get everything Argentine.
The look on Tucker's face.
Argentine?
Like, you said
Tucker-
Argentinian, and I was like, oh man.
Argentinian.
My guess is that Tucker's probably seen a crap ton of his games.
Of his games? No, I don't watch a lot of Boca Juniors. Look, at this point in my life, I watch the Galaxy and San Lorenzo. It's all anybody really needs. I caught the Newcastle game. Those guys are okay. Look, San Lorenzo actually won the last game I watched. I'm like, fucking Newcastle. No, I've
But
seen.
that's usually the case when Newcastle plays. They hardly ever win their games.
God, it's such a difficult,
Newca-
a difficult team.
Newcastle and Watford in the drop zone, baby.
Hey.
We're going down together.
That's it. Like it was always made to happen.
Yeah.
Although Andy Carroll's back in Newcastle, so I'm fuck.
And he's injured
I'm happy.
still.
Okay, hey, no, I don't think he's injured. He's not. It turns out it's not that he's not match fit. He's not fit at all.
Yeah.
He's entirely out of shape, and that's okay. Work your way back, Andy. We're here for you. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, good.
Christian Pavone had 4 successful dribbles, 80%. He had 5 overall. God, if that's the debut, like if that's the debut, if that's a slice, if that's just a piece.
For a guy who's been on the team for like
Wednesday's gonna be pretty.
he was on the team for what, like 2 training sessions, 3 training sessions.
Well, he got here a little while ago, but
officially.
officially,
I like how the Galaxy Twitterverse was like, it's his first official day as practice. His first practice with the team is like, well, like his third, but okay.
because everybody knows.
Yeah,
Everybody knows. It's like DTK. He showed up 2 weeks before he signed paperwork. If that's the view we're seeing, and you know, you're seeing Zlatan even with additional chances to take shots, whether they're getting blocked or not, whether they're perfect shots, you know, they're going to swarm him, they're going to double and triple team him. But that's something that's going to come down to chemistry, where Pavone's able to get Zlatan the ball in an area prior to where their defense can get onto him. That's chemistry. But what you saw Fabio Alvarez taking shots, scoring goal, wide open,
And he's
open on
He
that
actually
goal.
looked better this game too.
Yeah, I mean it's, but there's less on him because there's more shared onto Christian. There's less on Zlatan because there's more shared onto Christian. I want to see Zlatan at home with Pavone, with Alvarez, and God, I mean, just hold on a little while longer, Alessandrini. The chances that are going to open up from these guys, the chance that maybe Jonathan can even nick in a couple goals every now and again, because the additional room that's going to be available from this kid who, if that's the one Boca Juniors is throwing away, I'll take him every day of the week.
Yeah.
Every fucking day of the week for free. For free?
For freezies.
For freezies? Oh God. Yeah, it's gonna be but I think that's why I'm not concerned. Because that's going to be a matter of time. And there's no two ways about it. I listened to a lot of podcasts this week, a lot of soccer podcasts this week. And a lot of them were covering kind of MLS in the transfer window. And, you know, we talked about it with Andrew last week, or was it week before? How MLS is in the middle of this transformative mode where we spent more money this transfer window than ever before on transfer fees for players, not just salaries. Salaries aren't being factored into this whole, it's just money outletted from MLS to other clubs to bring in young up and coming players. I think MLS spent $111 million this transfer window alone. It's crazy. Compared to every other year, it's crazy.
That's almost one full expansion fee.
Yeah, I mean that's a San Jose in 2008. And Andrew's right; they should give their MLS Cups back. But getting Christian is this change. It could potentially be this formative change in how we do business and how we kind of go about things. And I think we're really going to see him kind of hit the ground and kick off starting on Wednesday. I hope. God, I hope.
Would you say that we saw the light with Christian?
I'll
You give me
high
that?
five that. Yeah, I mean that's pretty weak. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll high five that bad boy.
Come on, man. It's dad jokes. You should appreciate that.
I do. But when these guys get connected and get going, and you tie in Drini and I'm guessing it's going to be Corona.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Corona.
Although we just saw a kitchen Jonathan pairing straight up.
Well, Corona wasn't even in 18 because they're arresting him.
In wrestling, right?
Yeah.
It could potentially be very, 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 very good.
All right, let's
What
get.
do you think about Pavone's
what'd you
debut,
think about-
Ben?
Yeah, Ben. What you think about?
I told you. I thought he looked better than just about everyone on the field. I said that earlier.
It is interesting that he likes
I-
the left. Slot Austin Jr. right in there in the right side.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And he says he likes the left. He likes the left for the same reason Allison Drini likes the right,
Cutting in.
because he can cut in and shoot. That's why you
And
don't
that-
worry.
That's the way that he played up under GBS at Boca. That's
So what
the
happens-
way Boca played with the inverted wingers.
What happens with Tuna when Allison Jr. comes back in?
He should start.
Tuna starts.
He should start.
Allison Jr. comes off the
I
bench.
lost my train of thought. But he should start. Yeah, I was saying I listened to a lot of soccer podcasts that have been covering strangely covering Pavone's transfer to the Galaxy and the shift in MLS, and the main underlying concept regularly was it's not that it's a great deal for us, no two ways about it, absolute great deal for the Galaxy. It's more that Boca had overvalued him, and they had overvalued him from day one. For a European market, it was never quite going to reach that amount of money. He's not necessarily at that level yet. He's an extremely talented young kid, and that's amazing. But he's supposed to be in this next, like, we're pushing all these kids out to Europe to make money because we're going to make money off them. It's how we're going to do business. And he was never at that valuation. So we're blessed in a way to get what's probably more fair, like
#blessed.
#blessed. We're more #blessed for getting 20 million, 25 million pound or dollar player
Well, that's what we
for free.
Yeah, we evaluated him at what, 18?
That seems to be around the zone, but it's like he was never in the area of 40 million. But Boca valuing him at 40 million is the only reason we're able to get him for free, which might be that very specific set of circumstances DTK was talking about during the press conference. If you got to hear it, he was like, this wouldn't happen with a different player at a different club at a different time. We're able to make this specific move when we made it because it's this player at that club at this specific time. And it's like, well, there you go. I mean, that's all you need. You just need those individual moments and opportunities.
All right, let's get to Big Tony's email. Well, it looks like the Galaxy are not all on the same page yet. I already fucked up. God damn it. And I did read this, by the way, before I started. Well, it looks like the Galaxy are not all on the same page yet, just like the 3 show predictions. Everyone selected a different outcome, but only Ben predicted a loss. Additionally, he predicted it with 2-1 scoreline, with only Zlatan scoring. That's good enough for 2 points for him and closes the gap between him and Chris. Chris still leads with 18, but Ben now trails behind by 1 point
Feel me,
at
Tucker?
17.
We've been here before, man. You feel me?
Ever
Right
so
behind.
slightly.
Disgusting. It's the only prep work
Chris,
he does. On
Chris
fucking
asked, "Is it
predictions.
in yet?" And you just smiled at him.
Still can't tell.
And I am still.
It's a Canadian deep throat when you can still talk like normal.
Ed is still disappointing his fans by sitting 9
So?
points behind Chris.
I can feel it.
In fact, Ed has only grabbed 1 point in the last 7. Wow, that's sad. Even the Galaxy aren't that bad. That's even sadder. Listener predictions. There were 33 entries this week, and 31 said the G's would win. Why would you guys listen to me? Come on. One person, Daniel Smith, foresaw a 2-2 draw with Fabio and Zlatan scoring. If Zlatan could have put one of his chances away, he would have had the full 3 points. Sadly, the G's lost, which mean only Capo Supremo, Andrew Alessandro, grabbed points. And if you think back to the last show, Andrew correctly predicted a 2-1 loss. Unfortunately, he expected Zlatan to score. Didn't we all? Didn't we all? So with the first points since match day 9, Andrew rockets up to 5 points total, putting him into a 12th place tie with 11 other predictors. The important thing is Andrew is no longer tied with his brother Matt and can claim to be the better Alessandro brother until Matt chooses to start playing again.
He's been doing
and
that since
crushes
fucking
Andrew.
day one I met him.
So no change at the top of the table. Ethan and Richard C. still lead with 17 points. Luis L. is second at 16. Then Walter and Danny A. follow in third at 15 points. The full standings are available at riotsquadcast.com. Just go to prediction page and click the current standing link at the top. Yes, Ben.
So that means that Tucker is in first place overall, including all listeners, everything. Tucker has the most points.
Yep, 18. Because predictors
Do you feel me, Ben?
was 17.
Do you feel me dropping that on your shoulder?
But Ben is now outside.
Slinging down like a-
I'm right behind you, homie.
Oh.
Right behind you.
That's where you'll stay.
Man, I hope so.
Oh.
I'm rooting for you, man, because I
You
ain't no
just
hope
don't
for me,
know.
man.
Now,
Ain't
there's
no
still
hope for me,
time,
dude.
man. You're gonna make an 05 Galaxy
Ain't
run.
no
It'll
hope for
be
me
fine.
anymore. All right, let's move on. Let's talk Dallas. As if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to this on Wednesday night, unless you're on the YouTube live chat, which is
Wednesday
youtube.com,
morning.
youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. If you want to join in, we're live mostly every Tuesday night. We'll let you know usually the day of, maybe like half an hour before the show, apparently, because Ben, who wanted all the the Twitter, logins, he's like, yeah, I'll time post, whatever. Yes.
Who still does all the social media posts after the game after we record? Chris Tucker.
There you go.
Who does the Instagram? Chris Tucker. Hey.
I chip in with the Facebooks.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm not on the Facebook, so thank you for picking that up.
Hey, like Maui, you're welcome.
Wow. Teamwork.
All right, back to Big Tony's email.
How you doing there, Ben? Where's George
Good, man.
Carlin?
You
Where's
know
George
what?
Carlin?
Nah,
Where the
it's
fuck
fine.
is George Carlin?
You know, when my name is on the damn show, then you know what? Maybe I'll do a little more work.
I'm changing
Maybe
the
I'm not-
passwords to everything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck was that into the proposition when you were like, I want the Twitter? At no point were you like, I'd like to log in for the Twitter. If my name was on the front of the show, then I will actually use the Twitter. Then why did you need the Twitter? That doesn't make any sense. I'm still the only person who tweets from it. Most of the time. Thank you, Ed.
Well, I do it every now and then because you're the Twitter guy. To me, you're the Twitter guy.
I'm
That's
the
why-
Twitter guy out of necessity.
But
I'm the Twitter guy because no one else does it.
Because
You're
you're
always
on
the
Twitter
guy.
all
You're
day.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
love to be on Twitter from my Twitter account all day. I'm on Twitter from our Twitter account because I'm the only one who does it. If I wasn't the only one who did it, I wouldn't have to be on ours all the time.
To be fair, I'm working literally like the peak time, 10 to 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, look, all we're doing is saying.
I'm just saying.
That's all
Hey,
that's
hey,
happening today.
Let's
Just
not
saying.
fight. Let's pick on Ben.
It's just-
We're trying to fight with Ben now. Back to Big Tony's
You've
email.
always been really good at like shifting that attention to
I
other
know.
people.
Fucking shyster. Looking forward. Oh, who the hell knows anymore? Are the G's now in a must-win situation, or are they still in the quote-unquote making the playoffs is enough mode? Last time the G's faced Dallas, they beat us 2-0 in Dallas, but it was only the second game of the season. Now the G's have had 24 games to come together as a team and learn how to score. Well, not really. Even with Fabio scoring against DC, he only moves into a tie with Steres for second in
So
scoring.
fucked up.
The G's are still relying on Zlatan to score all of our goals. The G's currently sit in 5th with 37 points on 12 wins, and Dallas is 1 point behind at 36. However, Dallas has been in a better run of form as of late, having earned 7 points in their last 5, while the Galaxy have only earned 3 points in the same span. The G's seem to be suffering with their inability to consistently score goals, as they have only slotted home 5 goals in those 5 games. Dallas isn't much better, having netted 7 times in the same time frame, but 5 of those came in their last game, where they beat Minnesota 5-3. With their 5-goal win against Minnesota, their confidence is sky high. In the last game, Dallas changed to a very direct attack and were able to keep Minnesota on their back foot constantly. Additionally, they did most of their attacking on the right-hand side, so if Shelvik starts at left back, expect to lose bad. But GBS wouldn't start him, would he? Galaxy need a convincing win to start their playoff push. Will Dallas be nice enough to comply? Gentlemen, how is this game going to go for the Galaxy?
Ben?
Dallas is on a quote-unquote
You know,
high.
Ben's got it. Let's go.
I think the Galaxy coming back home, Pavon's home debut, I think they're going to be pumped. My only issue is they're coming back cross-country travel. You know?
Well, I think we chartered this flight too. We chartered the flight back.
Did we charter both ways?
I think we chartered
Okay,
both.
so that's 2 legs burned, or
Which
whatever.
is
whatever
which
the
you
hell it
know.
is. But you got to do it. I mean, honestly, you can't fly cross country 2 weeks in a row.
What was the Wednesday game?
Commercial, yeah, especially with the Wednesday game.
Knowing you're starting the 38-year-old.
Well, they did, but they did fly. They did use one of their
They use charter.
charter
yeah.
flight to get back, so it's a little more comfortable. But whatever.
You what?
Sorry, I was
Literally 15 seconds behind.
sorry. I was reading the YouTube title. I don't pay attention to Ben, anyways.
I said
He
it.
said it.
Oh, did you say it?
Oh my
I don't
god.
pay attention to either. of you.
Oh, this is so... You know what, Ben? You're absolved.
Sorry, I was paying attention to
Do
the
you guys
YouTube
see
chat.
what I work with? Do you guys understand now? You understand what I go through?
I completely zoned out. I was like, I was reading
I always
the
like when
YouTube,
that happens.
I was reading to the YouTube comments, and I'm like, yeah, but the charter flights.
Oh man.
Continue. Sorry, go on. I'll just shut up for the next 5 minutes.
That was fucking brilliant. I mean, I got to be honest.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it.
That was awesome.
Hey Ben, go ahead and edit that out, right?
Yeah.
And no,
Come on.
Fredo,
Yeah.
Ben is not on strike. He just doesn't do anything. It's
Yes.
different. Those are they look the same, but they're different.
Yes. No, I think the cross country flight is going to make the game closer than it should be. I don't think Dallas is a very good team. I think they have some good players, but obviously their record shows they're not a good team this year. I'm scared to call a win, but I don't know.
Do you know when the last time we beat Dallas?
Last time we beat Dallas, what, 2-3 years ago?
2015.
4 years ago.
Jesus.
It was probably here too, wasn't it? Or no, was it in Dallas?
No, it was here. It was. Do you want to know? I'm taking a guess. Who? It was a 3-2 score line. Guess the goal scores.
Steven?
That was one.
Steven got one. Gio.
That's two.
And I'm going to say, oh, God damn it.
2015.
Is it Robbie?
Is it
Right
Robbie, really?
Yeah.
I would have gone with Chelsea.
The last time we got points against Dallas was a 0-0 draw, and that was I just had to fucking up. October 23rd, 2016. That's the last time we actually got a point off Dallas. So it's been
It's a good time turning around.
it's going on 3 years since we've gotten a point off Dallas.
MLS has a lot of those weird streaks, though.
So back to Tony's big Tony's email. Is this a must win?
If you don't win this game, you're definitely looking on the outside.
Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how 10 being super important, how important is it that we win this game?
I would say the home games, it's very important. You have to win the remaining of your home games.
It's a home game against a Western Conference
Yeah,
opponent.
exactly.
Like,
Against the
it-
Western Conference.
The team
It should
literally
be viewed
below
as
you
must-win.
they're below you on the standings, 1 point behind you. Where after the weekend, we could be looking on the outside of playoffs if we don't start picking up points.
So Tuck, what do you think as far as the lineup goes?
Bingham. What? Bingham. Oh, Jesus. It should be Bingham, Polenta, Steris, Giancarlo. For the love of fucking Christ, Araujo.
So you're content with putting Giancarlo and Steris together again?
It's the pair. Like, it's the pair. It's the pair going forward. So I feel like we've talked about it a couple times. It's a coin flip you're going to keep going back to. Do you start Polenta and Giancarlo together and play Stelvik at left back? Or do you play Polenta at left back and start Steris and Giancarlo? Neither are perfect. One seems much worse than the other.
Yeah.
Like, the Stelvik option is the nuclear option. That's the one you should do everything you can do to avoid.
That's if you literally have like a center back that's out on red card suspension that you have to play him.
Yeah, or you need to change to 3 in the back. Like, you do whatever you got to do to not fucking put that dude.
Because
in
you
the
ain't
field.
playing Romney.
You're not. Well, Romney's dead. Yeah, poor kid.
R.I.P. Romney.
Sad little Christian boy. So yeah, I think you end up staying with the back four. And you know what? Look, say this is a potential breakout game. You were saying earlier that we're crushing it in the odds for beating Dallas. This would be a great game for them to get their confidence back. If it turns out to be a game where we're really gonna put on a performance and say Pavone goes crazy and Zlatan goes crazy, it would be a great game. Great way to shake off the DC result. Right, get right back in, knock that shit off, walk out with a clean sheet. Let's not kid ourselves, but walk out with a clean sheet and get that confidence back. You start the regular back four.
Because it's not a game like it's a Wednesday game and then we play Seattle on Saturday, but it's at home, so you don't have to worry about
You're not
travel.
traveling anywhere. Yeah, you recovery day and you're back in.
Yeah, you're just worried about did you have enough recovery coming back from DC?
No, but you do your best to manage minutes as best you can. Just Corona and
You have
Jonathan.
arrested Corona at least
Corona and Jonathan in the middle. God, it's still gonna be Pavone, Zlatan, Alessandrini, and Tuna.
Alessandrini.
Or not Alessandrini, sorry. God, my heart.
I know.
I'm thinking about it ahead of time.
I know, yeah.
Alvarez rather and Tuna. Just keep preparing everyone for Alessandrini coming back and coming in on the right and hold pat as is. We have a set roster. Like, what the 11 should be when everyone's back and healthy. At this point, you're just making space for Alessandrini.
Yeah, that's I hope that Felcher gets put on the bench and you have Araujo start, and then even though I think Kitchen's been doing a great job, I think the whole point of resting Corona is to bring him in on the Wednesday game.
You know what? Someone's bringing this up in the live chat, and I'm going to go ahead and cut in if you don't mind. Jason Perlera. I'm going to give that a shot. He's a good Newcastle boy, so I fucks with him. I'm down with him. What do you think about starting Lamson over Bingham? Is it just Pereira? Really? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, just because he had a good showing against a Cholos team that...
I think it's more about the back-to-back bad showings from Bingham.
Is this a time to really be like, hey, experiment and put a new goalkeeper in there?
Maybe you clear his head. Maybe you clear his head by giving him a night off, giving him a Wednesday night off. Wednesday night off in a game that, let's say again, we can have some good luck. Seems like Dallas is going to shoot long often.
He clarified it for you.
Pearl Era. It's the name of my sex tape.
Whatever.
It's the name of my band, the Pearl Era.
Is it a cover band of Pearl Jam?
Shooting ropes like crazy. Oh no, it's
but with like sexual innuendos.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all song. It's like I've been stroking. That's what I've been doing. That's the first single of Pearl Era. Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, but I think it's a Wednesday. Midweek, he's played a lot of minutes. He's big on the fucking rebounds, and Dallas loves to shoot from far. Maybe you start Lamson, see what he does. A lot of people are advocating moving on from Bingham anyway, which realistically I don't think happens. But if they're advocating moving on from Bingham, maybe it's nice to see, well, can Lamson hang out another year? Because right now it seems like Lamson's going to move on at the end of the year. This will certainly help his confidence, make sure he's right and ready. Because if Bingham keeps giving up big-ass rebounds like he was giving up against DC United,
like his
you
fucking
can't play
hands
him.
are made of rubber.
Yeah,
man.
you can't play him.
God.
And look, I'm one of his bigger advocates. The one thing, he's a great shot stopper. He's an amazing shot stopper. Probably a pretty questionable goalie. Probably not the best goalkeeper in the world. A great shot stopper. Seemingly doesn't matter where the shots are being taken from. He at least gets a hand on it. But it's parried back to an attacker literally every single time. Every single time.
And then you have Felcher who just ball watches every time.
Felcher's not paying any attention.
Every time there's a shot taken, then he just literally stops and just watches.
The moment the attacking player shoots the ball, Rolf Felcher is done. And then he waits for someone to pass the ball back to him. But if there's anything involved between, if it gets blocked or if it gets saved, if it goes off the woodwork, Rolf Felcher's not doing anything. So maybe you start Lamson, see if he has stronger hands. Because are we, I don't want to be over, I would be going crazy, but are we shooting towards a Cronin, Wicks, back and forth?
I would put that at 100% not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Not happening at
I
all.
was going to say is the last thing you want right now also is a goaltender controversy.
Well, that's what I said. Like, you don't want to just switch it up right now. When you're on your most important part of your season is your 10-game stretch at the end of the season where you need to pick up as many points as possible. You don't want to,
especially if Lampson's
muddy that up.
Only going to be slightly better than Bingham. Yeah, I mean, if it's a huge improvement, yeah, you do it. But if it's almost 50-50, you got to kind of.
Well, how do you ever determine whether Lamson can be drastically better in a game if he's only ever getting practice minutes?
And he's only played one game against Cholo's team, who was like practicing the week.
But like,
before
if we're at a point where Bingham's rebounds and Bingham's parries are going to start costing us points, when do you ever figure that out? Because if you stick with Bingham too long, if he's the guy, if he's nailed on the guy, and look, I think we can all agree he's the guy.
Yeah, I think you're kind of stuck at this point.
Lamson was playing in MLS last year. I don't think you're stuck. I mean, I agree. You don't need a goalkeeper controversy. I wouldn't mind benching someone who's been out of form for a Wednesday game. I'm not entirely. If it happens tomorrow, I'm not throwing my hat in the air and going, "Oh, this is fucking crazy."
Because the thing is, though, do you think that Bingham is a guy who is gonna like find that as something that's motivating, or does he seem like a guy who's gonna get up because, hey, I got benched for a game?
I like to think
if we're already saying that he's soft, like
I like to think that he's a guy who needs to understand, hey, you need to wake the fuck up. And whether you take this as how you get told to wake the fuck up, or whether the coach pulls you aside and says, hey, if you keep having games like that, we're going to have to get rid of you. Whatever he finds motivation is, that's it. That's all up to you, my friend.
They're like, look, bitch, we'll replace you with an Argentinian like this.
Overnight. So
okay.
I got the biggest argy-bargy on the phone right now waiting to take your job. Fuck with me.
One more. You get one more.
There is a third string at Boca Juniors I will have on a plane tomorrow. He's halfway through the green card process as it is. You think you're a domestic, it'll save you? Buddy. Something's got to wake him up. And I'm just saying I'm not opposed to a Wednesday benching waking him up. I would hope it'd be motivating.
Sean Stephan in the hangout says to put your baby as a goalie.
Don't ever mention Sean's name on the show again. How dare you? How dare you? This is your only warning.
Okay.
Never again. Yeah, Damian.
Don't mention Sean Stephan.
Cut his mic, Benjamin. Thank you. Damian would make a great goalie. He's got big hands and he's at least as tall as Emma Boateng. So he's well and truly on his way. We'll give him time.
And he's got as much hair as Emma Boateng too.
Oh yeah. He's a hairy young man.
25, balding. Come on.
Like LeBron James.
What has he been?
Ben don't like those jokes,
No.
man.
Now is Mike's cut. Talk. So talk, man. How you doing?
Ben legitimately does not like those jokes. Oh man. Sorry. What was the question, Ben? I wasn't listening.
I just got to cut his mic for a minute.
He drives the show. If you're gonna cut his mic, you gotta do some work.
That's why his mic's back on.
That's why it's back
there you
on. Yeah, but I agree. I mean, it's gonna basically be the same lineup you're gonna see from last Sunday. I would hope Felcher's out, but I kind of have a feeling that GBS really likes that guy, so I don't know. Who knows? Predictions. I guess I am first because I am the worst. I really want this team to start winning games. It is. I believe it is a do or die moment. Like this, you have to win your home games. I mean, how many home games are left? 1, 2, 5 home games left. So out of your 10 games remaining in the season, 5 of them are at home. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, let's get the odds first, Ben, because that'll help me, obviously, right?
They help every week.
It's helped you quite a bit.
They help literally every week.
So
to others, not to me.
Yes. No. So the Vegas odds makers have the Galaxy as pretty big favorites in this game. They are a -105 versus Dallas is a +250. So that's a 350 difference. The Galaxy predicted score 2.2. Dallas's predicted score is 0.08. So the line being, Tucker, I'm going to explain it to you again, all right?
Yeah, please.
Are you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you bet $105 on the Galaxy.
Right.
You will win your 105 back plus an additional 100. That's what the line means.
Okay.
You got it? Over under on this game is 3. The draw is a +275. So if you think it's going to be a draw, $100 on the draw, you almost get 3-1 odds. Win $275 back. Not a bad deal. The best money line you get for the Galaxy is a GT Bet. So if you're a Galaxy fan, go check out GT Bets. The best money line on Dallas is at Bovada.
All right.
There you go. So if you want to know, the 538 line has the Galaxy winning at 52%, Dallas at 23%. The draw is at 25%. And
That's way too high for a team who's only drawn once this whole season.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I did a little research.
What?
Whoa, not a lot of show prep. So the Galaxy opened up at a -115 on Bovada, a -109 on Bet Online, and a -105 on GT Bets. At the same time, just about, it was early this morning, a lot more money came in on the Galaxy, and the Galaxy actually their line dropped by about almost 10%. So money was coming in on the Galaxy, and then it's since gone back up and corrected almost to where it was at the Open. Meaning sometime this morning, a bunch of money, probably from Asia, came in. So, I mean, people overseas are picking the Galaxy.
They're just betting on the Galaxy for their name.
I don't know if they're betting on the Galaxy for their name, but it could be like all the smart money tends to come in at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So the big players end up putting all their money around the same time. So
who's laundering their money into Galaxy MLS bets?
Russians.
Well, yeah, match fixers maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool, man. Hey,
we need some fucking match fixing.
I know fixing it in our favor, man, but
Hey, if they're fixing in our favor, we'll take it.
That's what's happening. The Russians are putting money into the MLS refs' pockets. That's why they're not calling fouls on Zlatan.
That makes sense.
I got it.
Broke
it open. You hear it here first.
Open the pyramid.
Oh yeah, over
Flip
under
the
is
pyramid.
the over under is at 3.
and then open it.
is at
It's
3 and a
so
quarter.
fucking Stupid.
Thank you, Ben.
3 and a
Thank you,
quarter
Benjamin.
goals.
Well done.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict.
So now, hold on. With that new information, you let that change.
I'm just gonna stick with my positivity, man. I'll stick with my positivity. I'll go 2-1.
Yeah, Vegas is probably that's predicted score for Vegas.
That's what I'll go
I like
2-1. I'll go Zlatan scoring both with Pavon getting the assist on both of them. I feel it. It's a match made in heaven.
Zlatan getting a brace, both off Pavone.
I mean, that's not with
That
the
doesn't matter,
prediction.
but yeah. I mean, you should
it's
add that.
It's just a
in case.
scoreline.
Just in case, because if you get that right,
Give me
that
extra
would be-
points.
yeah. Well, no, but
I need him. I need some points.
someone help me.
Then it would go Tucker.
Yeah, it would be me, sir. I am going to stroll in the positive as well. I'm going to go a skosh more positive than you. I'm going to hit 3-1. I don't have a Zlatan hat trick, remorsefully. I don't even have a Gio hat trick. But I will take Christian Pavone getting his first. I will take. I'm gonna spread the love around. I'm gonna have Pavone getting his first. I'm gonna have Fabio Alvarez keeping it going,
2-2.
and I'll have Zlatan taking a third.
All right. Benjamin.
And I think Dallas is definitely gonna score.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I like that. I like both those predictions actually. Ed, I think
What?
unfortunately Tucker, you're gonna get 3 points this week because I'm gonna agree with Ed,
Well, now we're losing. Now we're gonna lose the game. No one's getting points.
and I think it's gonna be 2-1 Galaxy. And I think but I do like your prediction of Pavone getting his first, so I'll say Pavone and Zlatan.
It's an easy one.
All right. So now Galaxy's definitely gonna lose, right? Everyone's being too positive.
No, it's you gotta follow your heart, Ed. You gotta. It seems like it's gonna be a nice positive game. Hopefully the energy's there. Look, coming off of the way they performed out of that DC game, you've got, even with a loss, you have reason to be positive.
You're definitely more positive coming out after that loss. 'Cause you saw the upside of this team.
You saw the positive.
Yeah.
You see where it's going.
Yes.
So hopefully,
come on, you have 30 shots and it's going somewhere. They're gonna go in.
Zlatan is shooting 15 times in a game. Eventually you're going to be okay. Part of it is getting him going and getting him shooting. Seems to be moving in that direction. Finally, at least we're tied for not a center back as our second leading goal scorer. So we're working in the right direction. Like we're getting there. Just give it some time.
I think that's what you're hoping for, is like Fabio gets at least one more, so a defender's not the
Just
second leading
anybody
goal
else.
scorer.
At some point, we could just split Zlatan's in half, and he's the first and second leading goal scorer.
Oh my god, that's terrible. All right, I think that's it. You want to move on to lightning round questions?
We've kind of been doing them as we go. The ones I had written down were about the Steris and.
You're not gonna play the jingle?
Sure, I'll play the jingle.
He's got no questions. Proper value. Pew 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 pew. Nice. Yeah.
Nice. All right,
The
so we do
Black
have
Lightning.
a lightning round question from Twitter. What is everyone's, but especially Ben's opinion on the camo warm-up kits?
Oh, but Ben doesn't talk on. He's not a voice on the.
Yeah. Well,
the show.
this isn't, as I understand, or is
it-
this one of the moments you'd like to speak up?
Is it different from the Chivas invasion? Because it's for military appreciation. All right, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble.
No,
yeah, you
you,
go ahead,
you,
Ben.
no, you two. I'll save mine for last.
It's cute timing that these came out after LAFC.
Why do we need like
MLS isn't
why
political,
do
man.
we need but why does any fucking sport need military hats and military shirts and jerseys?
'Cause money.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But just stop buying them. There's no need for that. It's not even your team's colors. It's literally no one's colors. It's the opposite. If everyone's wearing them, you're like, oh, I see that jackass in camo, and I see that jackass.
Well,
in camo.
that's my problem with like the parlay jerseys and stuff too.
I fucks with the parlay jerseys.
I love it, but it's literally the same. Every team is the same shit. Just your crest is on there, and
Yeah.
you're
Well, it's
you know.
cheap, but it's like understand. Camo makes you look like an asshole.
It makes you.
If
look
you're
dumb.
not currently in a situation where you are dressed to avoid being shot at, camo just lets everyone around you know you're a douchebag. That's all it does. And look, if you're a listener of the show and you happen to be listening to camo right now, or you happen to be wearing camo, I'm not sorry. You're an asshole. At least you're dressed like one. You might not be an asshole, but you're wearing their uniform. Stop. Everyone stop with camo. Don't buy Galaxy camo hats. Don't buy Galaxy camo shirts or camo jerseys. The military's fine. Everyone knows you like the military. You wearing a camo shirt doesn't even mean you like the military. It just means you dress like an asshole. Everyone stop wearing camo. I feel like that's fair, right? Because I don't see anyone wearing camo at like a parade supporting the military where they're like, fuck yeah, man, I like the military. If they called me right now, I'm ready to be dropped in danger. Clearly, I'm all dressed for it. No, you're just an asshole. You're just a fucking asshole. Everyone stop with camo. Everyone.
Benjamin?
Get fucking military out of my soccer.
As the person who actually served in the military, what are your feelings behind?
I agree with Tucker. I don't see that. There's no point to it. Like you said, it's a moneymaker.
That's money.
It's a 100% moneymaker.
But then, like, come out with a third jersey, and I
yeah.
will buy more of those for more money because they're less shitty and cheap. More people own Galaxy third jerseys than are going to buy the shitty camo knockoff. So just go back to third jerseys. Here's an idea. Talk to Nike, and release every original MLS club's 96 jersey, and do it today, and do it with patches, the full fucking works. You'll sell infinitely more of them than you'll sell of any of these fucking camo
But you
knockoff
see how
garbage.
how many sold in the retros in Rareras or whatever it's called, where they did all the old '96 shirts and
Yeah.
all that.
Well, those sell.
Fucking like
They're
hotcakes.
everywhere. Every time I turn around at the stadium now, I'm looking at a 96 or a 98 or a 2000. People will buy those, and they'll buy them for way more money. Stop wasting time and money on these cheap things that all look the same.
No, people love history. That's the thing, and we have history. Why
It's
not
so
exploit
lazy.
it? You know,
It's so lazy.
use that to raise your money. You don't need to do this camo. Like you said, the military appreciation nights. I don't get it. I don't. I mean, I understand the fact that, you know what, we're in a time of conflict. You want to support these guys, and they want.
But when have we, as a nation, when have
Yes.
we not been in the time? of conflict?
Not in your lifetime. That's for
we're
sure.
at war literally constantly.
Yes.
Constantly. And this
with
doesn't.
others and ourselves.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the longest we went was what, between Vietnam and the Gulf War, I guess. So of technical conflict, you know.
That you know of, Ben.
there you go.
No, I
Hashtag Secret
Ben
Wars
would know. Secret War.
with Spider-Man and the Hulk.
Yeah, I was like,
Hey,
isn't that's a Marvel storyline?
look out. You going all Alex Jones on us again?
That's the only wars I know about.
That's it. Because you
Yeah.
don't get in, mix it up into shit like
Nah,
that.
don't do that. Just
No, but
don't take too much energy
I
on
don't
that
see I
shit.
don't see a point to the camo. I'm,
Wait, when
I'm
did you say were the
firmly-
last
I
two
firmly
wars we
agree with
had?
Chris. So
Who cares?
What were you saying were the last two
no,
wars?
I said you were
Or
talking
eight.
about the last time we weren't in conflict.
Yeah.
I said that the longest was between Vietnam and the Gulf War,
Okay. Sorry, you can keep going. I wanted to hear that.
which was like 70. Well, we left Vietnam and was 73, I think, and the Gulf
Oh,
War
this is
was.
so
in
I literally
fascinating.
just took a class about it. I don't remember any of
So
it.
Nice,
fascinating.
good work. Dude, go ahead.
You move on. You have
What do you
nothing?
think of the camos, Ed?
They're dumb.
Well,
But you like the parlays. I think the parlays are dumb.
I think the parlays are nice. I just wish they would be a little more, centered around your club instead of just putting your patch on there and your
Yeah, that's why they're dumb.
your sponsor.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
why
the
they're
color
dumb.
looks nice. I like that little like light dolphin blue or whatever the hell they were calling it.
Yeah, we were fucking around with Korea like right after that. Might be during it. We never
Right.
stopped fighting people, man.
So from Twitter, Lucio
Korea
Carallo,
was before
Carollo?
Vietnam, man.
Why can't this team at least tie up a game
Because GBS
We
plays
did.
to win. GBS plays to win or lose.
once?
well, we had. What do they mean?
Like why? We only have one draw in the season. Why can't these guys
Oh, at least
like come back and draw a type game or
um
not lose like 3-0 or 4-0 to teams every week?
I don't know. We have 12 wins. I guess we could have tied all those. How would that have worked out? Like those are games we won.
I think it's more like why can't this team come back from like going down a goal or at least sneak a point from a game or something like that?
Oh, I see. We have an attack that goes down one specific avenue. So if we end up falling behind in a game, everyone we play knows who they need to defend. Everyone who we play knows exactly who they need to defend. They're down by one goal, you watch Zlatan. What are they going to do? Their entire game plan is playing out wide and crossing the ball into them.
All right, so talk. How much does Pavone change us?
We're still playing basically the same way. It's all going to come down to how often he's willing to shoot the ball. If he's taking the left side it means tactically we're entirely set up to get some extra shots on goal outside of Zlatan. Fabio looks like he's going to be shooting a bit more. Pavon's going to come in shooting a bit more. September is right around the corner when Alessandrini comes in, and you know he loves to shoot. Eventually, it's going to get easier because these guys are going to have a little more autonomy to shoot because they're going to have a little more space. You can't guard everyone.
I think you definitely saw them play a little more during through the middle in this last game against DC too. So maybe it's going to change up a little bit, but
It's well, you have someone who's willing to come in and shoot,
Yeah.
like someone who's willing to come in on that side. And Tuna doesn't do it for the most part. Every now and again, he'll pop a couple shots off, but not really. And then the opposite before then, he had was Emma Boateng or Chris Pontius, Pontius didn't spend a ton of time up there, although he is willing to shoot. And then Boateng, it's hard to tell whether he's shooting or passing. Once we get Pavone a little more bedded in, a little more comfortable, once we get someone like Alessandrini in and healthy and playing regularly, you're going to see all that start to change a little bit, but it's going to take time.
all right. Jesus Gallardo on the Twitter asked, if you put would the last two seasons of Robbie Keane be better than the last two seasons of Zlatan with his current team? So if you plopped in Keane in his last 2 years, in his 2 years as last winner.
No, hell no. Look, I love Robbie. If you plop first 2 years Robbie Keane on this team, he's gonna have some struggles because of the way we're set up to play. We're not getting the ball into Zlatan on his feet, moving towards the goal, which is the way Robbie Keane played. We play wide, crossing the ball into him. We did it incessantly last year, and somehow we did it more this year. If we play to Robbie in the same way we played to Zlatan, you're going to get that guy killed. It wouldn't work. I'd love to see them together. Love to see if Robbie was willing to play like a conservative in the where you would have played, Gio hopefully tried to force him in with Robbie. If you could have got Robbie to comfortably play there and drop in, and which he seemed to love to do to find the ball, that would have been really nice. Sadly, in the way these careers work, time doesn't always line up in a certain way, but it would have been pretty to see.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Robbie's last 2 years were not the best years.
No, but in part of that is, and I hate to keep going back to blaming the dude. Part of that was you had a lot of your resources sucked up to one particular person who had zero interest in trying, and another person whose body had, for the most part, given out, but he was trying and contributing as best he could. If you got Robbie Keane, Christian Pavone, I'd like to see what he could do. If you got Robbie Keane, Alessandrini, I'd like to see what he would have been able to do. I thought about it the other day. I was going through the rosters of all the number 7s, and Alessandrini and Robbie Keane came up. And it was like, oh, God, I would have loved to see those two play. I would have loved to see them play together. But, sadly, it doesn't always work out that way. Robbie's last 2 years, you're remembering it better than it was.
Do you get any ask the other questions on Twitter?
No, I think that's it. There wasn't really nothing much.
Yeah, Lucio wanted to know when you guys are going to live cameras.
In 15 pounds.
There you go.
I'm gonna start running tomorrow, so in 15 pounds.
I do have one last question before we get out of here. With the 10 games remaining, how do you think this team fares in the last 10 games? Do we make playoffs? Are we on the outside looking
Do you
in?
remember what I said? Like it was probably 5 or 6 weeks ago when we ran through that schedule, where I said we had this 10-game stretch that was just brutal, but our last 5 games I think are pretty winnable. If I actually just minimize the screen,
So
I
we
had
have
that schedule up a second ago.
Wednesday against Dallas.
Prepared. Well done. Wednesday against Dallas.
Win. Do we get how many?
Tres.
I'm gonna go through them. We'll go through how many points we get. All right. Dallas, 3
Win.
points. Seattle at home.
Oof. I want to call a win, but I can't. I'll call that a loss.
I'm gonna skip the Leagues Cup game. Then we have the away game to Chivas 2.0.
That's a win.
Then we have Seattle away.
Oh, wait, Seattle at home this week?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll change that as a draw.
Okay. And then Chivas away. That's
Wait. You changed the home one to a draw? Or
I'm changing the
road
home one from a loss to a draw. And then I'll take a loss for the road one.
so that's seven points
Mhm.
after Seattle. Then we have Colorado away. Colorado.
That's a win.
Then we have Kansas City at home.
That's a win.
Then we have Montreal at home.
That's a win.
They've been playing better, but it's iffy. Then we have RSL away. Nope.
Ooh. Well, I'm concerned about a potential new manager bump, depending on how long that's going to stretch out for them. They might also get found out in that amount of time.
Yeah.
I will take that as a draw.
And then the last home game.
That should be
The last home game of the season is against Vancouver. That's a win.
that has us going undefeated for the rest of the year, sans the Seattle game, which is a stretch. But it's doable.
Well, against Vancouver, that's definitely gonna be a win because they're terrible, and by that time, they've already landed in last place.
So Tuck, what you just called was 20 points for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I was looking at Alessandrini coming back mid-September, and I'm like, that's with 5 games left, I think. That's 15 to 21 points available.
Well, that's 3 home games.
Yeah.
In that time.
And it's money. Like, that should be money.
That'll give us 57 points for the season.
I'll take that.
So where does that put us, you think?
5th, probably. 4th.
I don't know, man. Right now we're looking up at Seattle, Minnesota, and San Jose, and obviously Chivas, which is uncatchable. But right now we're 2 points behind Seattle.
57 points last season would have put us in 5th place. It's where LAFC finished last year. Red Bulls took the Supporter Shield with 71 points. Yeah, but I feel like I've been fairly consistent from day one. It has been for this year. It has been about just getting back to the playoffs. Pavone accelerates that timeline and accelerates that narrative. The window for just finishing, just making it, just winning enough doesn't exactly count when you've potentially, we'll say, if you listen to certain people, we've broken the rules to get one of the best young talents in the league, in the history of the league, on our team that pushes forward that narrative. But if he's going to be that guy, we need to be able to pick up points, and we need to have results like that. And you've also got to factor in we're still getting Alessandrini back.
So do you say minimum we have to win all our home games, right?
We got to win our home games.
Like minimum, all of them have to be won.
We can draw the Seattle one. I mean, that's still a tough team to play, and they still come here and usually try to give us a game when possible. But the vast majority of them, we need to win. We need to win, and we need to start picking up draws when we go on the road. We can't keep having what we've had. We can't keep having 2-1 losses to DC, even if it's like a hey, everybody calm down. The two games against San Jose are going to come back to bite us.
This needs to be the start of the run.
If we're going to make any sort of run, and given the amount of money the organization has put out in the last 6 weeks alone, that 05 run needs to get started, and it needs to get started right about now.
All right, I think that's it. Any more questions?
No, I just say, funny enough, the 05 was the last time that they had single game playoffs. So
is that right?
Who knows?
I don't think that's right either.
Think they had it after that? I thought after that they went to the.
Jesus Christ! Why on earth?
Because I'm pretty
make such a declarative statement.
Did we not play Colorado twice, home and away?
No, in 05, no, we played.
Or was that for the conference finals?
The conference finals, we went to Colorado and played in Colorado and won.
I don't remember.
I believe Landon scored.
I remember it was like freezing. They had like long sleeves and their gloves on, and he does his patting his chest when he scores a goal.
That you're right about.
I remember that. Anyways, who cares? Do we have a FIFA update? I know.
No, they've somehow still not played. So it's Jer and Mazza in the final. I got nothing to do with it.
There was some D2 stuff.
Is it over?
Jer Bear won, dude.
Oh, congratulations, Jer Bear. Get your
tiara,
man.
You didn't see he like Hugo didn't give him a shout out. He's like, "Where's my shout out?"
Bitch ass. You should give him a shout out, man. Why not?
But your champion, Jer Bear, your reigning champion. Give him his tiara.
You're reigning.
I think D2 still hasn't played their final. So
there was something in the live chat about the D2 final.
Something about it. Who cares? I'm gonna go back to.
2005 was home and away in the playoffs.
That's what I thought, but whatever.
I fucking love Wikipedia. Shit's just there. Like immediately. 2004 was home and away.
Anyways, do we have a slice of bacon this week?
2003 was home and away. We do not.
Everyone
kind of took the week off.
Yeah.
I got married, man. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Celebration, bitches.
All right, that's it then. If anyone
2002 was home and away.
If we have anything left, we can play that jingle and get the hell out of here.
I want to thank everyone. Erica and I went to the Galaxy Pub Crawl
down,
in Long Beach. That's why I started screaming. Erica and I went to the Galaxy Pub Crawl in Long Beach. Thank you to everyone who came out and said hello and congratulated us on the nuptials. It was super appreciative.
She got turned.
She had a good time. She had a day off. She had a day off.
All right, Ben, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben. You can email the show at Riot Squadcast. You can email me directly, I guess. Ben at Riot Squadcast.
I have no idea
it's
where
like,
to go with that.
It's like hearing your grandfather discover that he's going senile into a microphone every week.
Chris, where can they find you on the socials, man?
The senility. At ZeroCool138 on Goodreads, Twitter, Untapped, and Instagram.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TheZombie13. You can find the show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Just search Riot Squadcast. You'll find us. Make sure you're liking and sharing our stuff. It's one of the most important things you guys can do for us. We really appreciate that. If you guys want to, whenever you're in these live shows, hit that like and share button. That does wonders for us.
And be sure to check out, of all the Galaxy podcasts and independent media, be sure to check out our friends at Nag News. Those guys have gone above and beyond towards getting me as drunk as humanly possible over the last 2 weeks, and I just want them to know I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, they're pushers, man.
They're pushing, man.
They're pushers.
Why did I even look up the playoff thing? It was the long-standing MLS rule. All the owners wanted playoffs to go home and away because every team deserved a chance to see every fan deserved a chance to see their team in the playoffs. It was the rule fucking forever. Why did I even bother looking it up?
It's all good. Thank you guys for listening to whatever this was tonight. We really appreciate it.
We love you, Ben. My heart and soul.
On that note, I have nothing. Go look at your emails for the Riot Squad. Email.
Go hug your children.
Hug your children. Whatever. Good night.
Christian Pavone's the best. He's
Bye.
gonna save our soul.
Bye. Whatever. Bye.
Bye. Don't be negative. I won a hat at that thing and didn't even get to pick it up. I won the Black Galaxy hat
Why'd you pick it up?
because the misses.
Just fucking.
I could not, man. Yeah. Well. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!